Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I don't know, today is a funny video and I just want to explain to you guys what's going on. I'm going to try and do it without getting upset. Whew. So I've been struggling a lot just lately with, I don't know why, but I try to stay in my word and pray, just pray myself through whatever it is that I'm going through. And it's not like one particular thing, I just feel off in myself. It doesn't help that I'm really fuming today, but do you ever just get overwhelmed with this world and the people in it? It's just something I struggle with. I'm so sorry. Try not to get upset because you guys don't come here for that. I do my best to walk through this world and do what the Lord's called me to do. I'm so sorry. I hate those people that cry on video. Not I hate them, but I just think, get a grip, why would you come on video and cry? But I get it now, so thanks to the Lord for the lesson there. But you walk through this world doing what the Lord's called you to do. To bless those that curse you. To show charity to people that don't show charity to you. And I just find it really hard. And I'm trying to use all good words because I don't want to let the devil win. But it's so hard when people show no regard for anyone else and they just walk through this world so selfishly. And I know the Lord never says it'd be easy, and I know this, but sometimes it just gets too much. And then I pray so hard for the Lord to come and just give us that shout. And I do pray so hard, but at the same time I don't want to be selfish because there's still others that need saving. So then I beat myself up thinking, don't be selfish, there's people that need to be saved. And if the Lord calls you all up and we all get raptured, then what's going to come on those people is just awfulness. So I do my best to be on this channel and to encourage people in their walk with the Lord. But sometimes it's just so overwhelming when you're struggling. And I've not felt like this for ages. I've always been try to push forward in life because you can't let it get you down. But I don't like that positivity stuff because I just think it's unattainable. It's not real, and you're not expected to admit your emotions when they're hard, and when things are hard you're just supposed to be upbeat, like everything's okay. And I just find that so fake, because if you're okay in this world then you're doing something wrong. I think as a Christian we're not supposed to be comfortable in this world. We're not supposed to like it. That's why we're supposed to endure, and the word endure itself is a struggle. We struggle through. And something that's really set me off today is, as you all know, I got an allotment plan. I went down there with my kids this morning, and I knew over the weekend they was moving a greenhouse and the shed, as I've explained, and they have shown no care for my plot. They've stood on my fruit bush that I put in and just snapped it. They've ripped out a fence post, bent it so we can't use it no more, and didn't even care to put it back or care to message me to tell me these things had happened and that they're sorry. So I had to go down and find that out, and I got this place as a place to grow food for my family, not a place to give me more stress. I'm sorry guys, I hope you can hear because it's really windy today. and I was so close to packing it up and walking away from it. And I just messaged the woman and said, you know what, I want to be left alone while I'm there. Don't no one disturb me. I'm just going to do my first year, see how I feel, and then if anything, I'll give up the plot. I've planted crops and I've invested in that. My kids have invested in that, so I'm not walking away. I'm going to do what the Lord's called me to do and endure. But I just wanted, and then the response I got was just terrible. She was like, well, you knew we was moving it, and your bush will grow back, your blackcurrants. And I was just like, that's excuses. Like, you're blaming me for putting a post in. Who moves a shed up? Nobody moves a shed up. People take things down and move them. Anyway, so that on top of like what you're already feeling, and I've just been struggling so much without really knowing why. My emotions are just off and I'm just irritated, and not all the time, it sort of comes and goes, but then I think, well, hey, I'm 40 next month, you know, and I know all the women go on about menopause and perimenopause and all of that, and I don't want to be one of them that moans about it, because thousands and millions of women have gone through it way long before me. So, you know, shut up, Lise. But some days it just, and I do thank the Lord that I've got my husband, because he's so amazing and he's always so supportive. But sometimes trying to get through this world and be who the Lord's called you to be is so hard. It is so hard, and I'm not going to pretend it's easy, because my first instinct is just to go mental. And I'm not going to pretend to be somebody I'm not. Like, honestly, my first instinct is to just go crackers and tell people what I think of them, and sometimes using cursing words. That's not, you know, and I don't, and I stop myself from doing that. But that is my default setting. I've had to survive in this life. I've survived more than I've thrived. I've had to have that survival mode. So I can get through this, and I just wish none of them to talk to me down there. Just let me be on my allotment, grow my crops, and just leave me alone. And I've made that clear. And I just think the response was absolutely awful. I'm sorry this happened to you, but you knew we was moving your shed and your plant will grow back. Like, wow. That's not an apology. That's not an apology. So I thought, okay, Lise, don't let the ghetto side come out of you that you know is there. Don't do it, you know. Settle yourself down. And then I get mad for being upset about something that is so trivial in the grand scheme of life. But then I think, you know, when little things hit you in life, and it just, when they all add up, but then I suppose this is how Satan works. This is how he grinds you down. It's small things to try and draw you out from being that person that God's called you to be, to knock you off who you're supposed to be, who the Lord's trying to mould and shape you into, rather than go back to that default setting, because he'd be happy. The devil would be happy and rubbing his hands together if I went back to being that person. And I'm not that person. She's dead. She's nailed to the cross. So if you guys are also going through this, then no, you're not alone. And that's why I've done this video, and I'm so sorry for coming on here and being upset and, you know, dramatic. But I just feel like I can't be the only one here struggling, and I can't be the only one thinking I hate this world so much, and it's just full of pain, and it's getting so worse that people are disgraceful, you know. And it's just like, and I try not to judge, because I once was acting, but I've always managed to have respect for people, even if I was lost and doing the things that I should have been doing. I always managed to treat people with respect and their things with respect, because that's how I was raised. But you know, I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I just expect some kind of decency, and I don't know why, because I'm always going to be disappointed in this world. And I feel like the more you're in your Bible and the more you learn, the more your eyes are open to what's going on around you, and the more distressing that is. And no, don't let it put you off, because of course, you know, that's what Satan would want. He'd win, wouldn't he? If you got put off because you read your word and you're seeing the truth for really what it is, and it's disturbing. But hey, we're here, we're living it until the good Lord calls us, and we're not living it anymore. But for me to live is Christ, and for me to die is gain. And that's where I see this world. And while I'm here, I'm going to win a few souls. Hopefully more than a few. But it's hard. And I don't want to sit on here and be so completely positive and say, you know, we should be doing this and we should be doing that and blah, blah, blah. If I can't do it myself, that's just a hypocrite. And I don't want to be one of those either. struggle. Some days I really struggle with this world. Every day. I don't like it. I don't want to go out. I don't want to be amongst them. And it's just like that. And then I live so far away from my church. And I know I've got my husband. And he's tremendous. And I've got the Lord. And they are my first go-tos. But we haven't been able to get to church because of my health stuff for so long, because it's a 4-hour drive each way. That it's just such a struggle. So, yeah. It's just one of those days, guys. But before I start crying again and everybody thinking, yep, she's lost the plot. She's gone mental. This is not why we came to this channel. But it does get overwhelming. And I mean, I adore my children and I'm a stay-at-home mum, but sometimes even that's too much. And that's just being honest. I love my kids and I make that sacrifice to be with them all day, every day. And I will continue to do that because that's what the Lord's called me to do, and I pray He gives me the strength to do it. But when I'm like this, I'm one of those people where when I'm going through stuff, I just want to be left alone. I need to go into a room or go somewhere with my Bible and just have a minute and be with the Lord, worship Him, read His word and pray. So that's tend to be how I deal with stuff, rather than rant and curse like I would my old self would. I tried to be better. So I'm sorry guys if you're expecting an upbeat video here, but it kind of is. Just keep pushing through if you're going through this, and if you feel, just keep pushing through, guys. Keep praying. I'll pray for you, and we can all get through this thing together, and hopefully encourage each other along the way. I was actually thinking of starting a prayer group on this channel where we would go on Skype or Teams or whatever, and you know, talk to each other about how our week's gone as Christians and the things we're struggling, so we can help each other, edify each other and pray for one another. So I think, you know, if that's something you're interested in, then please comment below, and then I know, because I was meant to do a separate video but I haven't. But hey, it's in this messy one. I will probably do a separate video at some point, but I just want you to guys know that I might not be here twice a week, but I'm really trying at the minute to just do life. So please bear with me. I'm trying to not let Satan knock me off this channel, because I feel like what I'm putting out there is important. And obviously when you come against him, he comes against you, and that could be all that this is, which is fine. I will count it all joy in the end, I'm sure. But we have to keep pushing through. So thank you guys so much for listening. I'm so sorry that it is this kind of video, but I've always said I'm going to keep it real on this channel and be honest with you guys, and that's what I'm always going to do. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I will hopefully be back soon with the next video. May the good Lord bless you all and help you all and comfort you all in whatever trials and tribulations you're going through at the moment, and know that you are not going through this alone. Thanks guys.